Hello, we'll continue with the remaining numericals on IC engines. So, in this session, we'll take a few more numericals. We'll begin with one by one. Look at the problem statement. The following readings were taken on a 4-stroke IC engine. In that IC engine, diameter of the brake drum is 1.5 meter, spring balance reading is 5 kg, diameter of the rope is 10 millimeter, crankshaft speed is 200 rpm, load suspended on the brake drum is 100 kg. Determine the brake power of the engine. So BP of the engine has to be calculated. And here, go through the problem statement once again. It is a 4-stroke engine, and that brake drum diameter is given 1.5 meter. Spring balance is reading 5 kg. Diameter of the rope is 10 mm. Crankshaft speed is 200 rpm, and engine speed is 200 rpm. Load suspended on the brake drum is 100 kg. You have to calculate brake power of the engine. Brake power is 2 pi nt by 60. You all know that. In the 2 pi nt by 60, n is the speed of the engine. It is directly given, that is crankshaft speed. And T is torque. T is equal to load into radius. For that load, they have given two values. Load suspended on the brake drum, it is 100 kg. One more is given, spring balance reading. So I'll tell you how to take this net load on the brake drum. So first, let us go to the what is the effective radius, and here effective radius R is here again related to radius. Torque is load into radius. For radius also they have given two terms. One is radius of the brake drum is given, as well as diameter of the rope is given. So you need to take once they mention these two. Usually they will give only this thing, diameter of the brake drum they will be giving. But in this problem, in some cases, in some problems they will mention these two values for diameter and these two values for load. So for that, when you are taking that effective radius R value to calculate the torque, here that radius of the brake drum plus radius of the rope has to be added. This is effective radius. So radius on the brake drum, it is diameter of the brake drum is given as 1.5 meter. So half of that will give the radius of brake drum, 1.5 divided by 2, plus radius of the rope. Diameter of the rope is given, it is 10 millimeter, and convert that into meter. It is 10 millimeter is 10 into 10 power minus 3 meter. It will be 0.01 meter, and radius of that is 0.01 divided by 2, and effective radius of that will be equal to 0.755 meter. So please calculate that. Then we'll move to what is the net load acting on the brake drum. So net load on the brake drum is given as it is the load suspended on the brake drum minus spring balance reading. Here you need to subtract the spring balance reading. Please be careful. In the effective radius, you need to add the radius of brake drum plus radius of rope. Here, as in case of when you are calculating net load, it should be load on the brake drum minus spring balance. So please be careful when you are substituting this value. 100 minus 5 is equal to 95 kg. Then you can calculate what is the torque here. Torque is equal to load into radius, you all know that, but here it is load is given in terms of kg. It has to be converted into Newton, 9.81, and R, it is effective radius. To convert into kilo Newton, I'm dividing this by 1000. Substitute all the values. 9.81 into load, effective load or net load is 95, and effective radius is 0.755 divided by 1000, and if you do this thing, you will get the torque value of 0.7 kilonewton meter. Check this value before moving to calculation of brake power. Then once you got this torque value, right, what is formula for BP? BP is equal to 2 pi, that is brake power is equal to 2 pi nt by 60, and 2 substitute as it is pi, and n is speed of the engine, crankshaft speed, it is 200 rpm. Just substitute as it is into torque value is 0.7 kilonewton meter. So substitute that 0.7 divided by 60. BP is equal to 14.66 kilowatt. If you calculate this, you will get the answer BP as 14.66 kilowatt. So this is the procedure to calculate brake power. So this kind of problem, like where they will give two terms for to calculate the radius here, as well as two terms to calculate net load acting on brake drum. So please be careful when you are doing calculation for this kind. If you miss this diameter of a rope here, then you may get some different value for radius, as well as if you simply miss this spring balance reading, If you substitute only this 100 kg for load, then definitely your answer will get completely changed. That will be the wrong answer. Please don't do that. Go through the data what they have given once, then you can go on substituting what are the required thing in the problem statement, in the formula. So next, let us move to the next problem, that is problem number 6. Note on the problem statement first. A 4-stroke single cylinder IC engine of 250 mm cylinder dia and 400 mm stroke runs at a piston speed of 8 meter per second. If the engine develops 50 kilowatt indicated power, find its mean effective pressure and crankshaft speed. This is the problem statement. First, write down what are the given thing in the problem statement. Look here, it's a 4-stroke single cylinder IC engine and 250 millimeter cylinder dia. It is bore is 250 millimeter converted into meter, that is 0.25 meter, and 400 millimeter stroke, that is stroke length is 400 millimeter, it's 0.4 meter. Runs at a piston speed is given, it is 2ln. I think you can remember the formula for piston speed. 2ln is given 8 meter per second. If the engine develops 50 kilowatt indicated power, engine is developing 50 kilowatt indicated power, find its mean effective pressure and crankshaft speed. Mean effective pressure PM has to be calculated, as well as speed of the engine, that is uppercase letter N, is to be calculated. So first I will write on the what are the given data in the problem statement. Uppercase letter D is given, that is bore or cylinder diameter is given 250 millimeter or 0.25 meter, and stroke length is given 400 millimeter, 0.4 meter. IP of the engine is given 50 kilowatt. It is developing an indicated power of 50 kilowatt. Piston speed is given as 8 meter per second. So what is the thing you need to calculate is mean effective pressure PM has to be calculated, as well as crankshaft speed, that is uppercase letter N, is to be calculated. We will go one by one. So they have given it as piston speed, it is 2ln. I told that this thing will be in terms of meter per minute, but here it is given as 8 meter per second. You can see that piston speed is 8 meter per second, and to convert this into meter per minute, you know that it has to be means 8 divided by 1 divided by 60. That means 1 by 60 will be the denominator, 60 will go to the numerator here, that is 8 into 60. Or simply you can meter per second, it has to be converted into meter per minute. So for 1 second it is 8 meter, and it is to be 60 seconds, it has to be, to convert it into minute, it has to be multiplied by 60. 8 into 60 is equal to 2 into 0.4 into N, that is N is to be calculated, that is speed of the engine. Or else you can give this as 8 only, you will get RPS. It is in terms of RPS will come if you don't multiply by this 60. Or else multiply by the 60, you will get RPM. It is 8 into 60, 2 into stroke length is 0.4, N is to be calculated, and N you are going to get as 600 RPM. Substitute this, that is 8 into 60, this 2 into 0.4 will come to denominator of this. So we will get N is equal to 600 RPM. Next is IP of the 4-stroke engine formula. IP is equal to PMLA. If you write the lowercase letter n, you all know that it's for a 4-stroke engine, lowercase letter n is equal to uppercase letter n by 2, that I have substituted directly, divided by 60 just to convert that RPM into RPS. If you directly substitute this value in terms of RPS here, it means if you don't multiply by the 60 here, then please don't write the 60 here. Clear? So it is just here it has converted into, it is mentioned to convert this 8 meter per second into meter per minute, but here you convert this RPM into RPS. So if you don't multiply 60 here, then don't do this here. It is PMLAN 60 into 2. Next I will substitute all the values here. Indicated power is 50 kilowatt, that is 50 into 10 power 3 watts. Then mean effective pressure PM is to be calculated right as it is. Then 0.4, it is stroke length, and area is pi d square divided by 4. Pi is here, d square is 0.25 meter, and I have substituted that it is square divided by 4 here, into N is speed of the engine, that is 600 RPM. Substituted that 600 divided by 60 into 2 in the denominator, write it as it is. Then you will get the value of mean effective pressure PM. So mean effective pressure PM is equal to 5.09 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, and even you can express this mean effective pressure in terms of bar, that will be 5.09 bar. You can write this 5.09 bar. Yes, we got that crankshaft speed, that is engine speed N you got here itself, and we got that mean effective pressure PM as 5.09 bar in this step. So this is the way of calculating engine speed and the mean effective pressure. This is regarding this formula, sorry, this problem. Next, let us move to 7th problem. Yes, look at the problem statement. Find the IP of a 4-stroke petrol engine of swept volume of 6 liters and running at 1000 rpm. The mean effective pressure is 600 kilonewton per meter square. Here, IP of this 4-stroke petrol engine is to be calculated. Swept volume is mentioned, that is 6 liters, and running at 1000 rpm. Speed is given. Mean effective pressure is given as 600 kilonewton per meter square. First, we will write down all the data what they have given. Mean effective pressure is given as 600 kilonewton per meter square. So it will be expressed as 6 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. This kilonewton to Newton is 10 power 3, and 600 can be written as 6 into 10 power 2. So 6 into 10 power 2 into 10 power 3, it is 6 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Swept volume is given as 6 liters. So LA is equal to 6 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube. That is, it is liters is given. 6 liter it was given, and liter to meter cube, you all know that 1 liter is equal to 10 power minus 3 meter cube there. So 6 liter is equal to 6 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube. That is swept volume. You can see that swept volume is product of stroke length L and the cross sectional area A. LA we have taken together. That is swept volume will be given as 6 liter, and conversion is 6 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube. IP is equal to PMLAN by 60. It's a 4-stroke engine, so I will substitute this number of cycles as N by 2, PMLA N by 2, and with 60 in the denominator as it is. So I will substitute all the values here. IP is equal to 6 into 10 power 5 is the mean effective pressure, and LA will directly substitute here 6 into 10 power minus 3, and speed of the engine, it was mentioned as 1000 rpm. Write that 1000, and it is 60 into 2. You can write the 60 into 2, or you can write the product of 60 into 2, 120, and you will get that IP as 30,000 watts. And if you express this watts in terms of kilowatt, it will be your 30 kilowatt. IP is equal to 30 kilowatt. Check the calculation once properly. So it's a typical problem where stroke length and diameter of that cylinder is not given, whereas instead of that they have given the swept volume in terms of liter. Again, swept volume is L into A, stroke length and the cross section area of the cylinder, and one more conversion is liter to meter cube. Please be careful. 6 liter is equal to 6 into 10 power minus 3 meter cube. And next we will move to the next problem. It is 4-cylinder 4-stroke engine running at 1000 rpm develops an indicated power of 15 kilowatt. The mean effective pressure is 5 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Find the diameter of the cylinder and the stroke of the piston when the ratio of the diameter to stroke is 0.8. It's again 4-stroke engine. Its number of cylinders in this engine is 4 cylinders. 4-cylinder 4-stroke engine. It is running at 1000 rpm, and it develops an IP of 15 kilowatt. Mean effective pressure is given as 5 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Diameter of the cylinder is to be calculated, as well as stroke of the piston is to be calculated when the ratio of diameter to stroke is 0.8. Diameter in bore is to be calculated, as well as stroke length L is to be calculated. Even thing is ratio is given. Ratio of bore to stroke is given, that is diameter D, uppercase letter D, to the stroke length L, uppercase letter L is given as 0.8. You need to calculate diameter of the cylinder D as well as stroke L is to be calculated. And here first let us write down all the given thing. Indicated power developed by the engine is 15 kilowatt. Mean effective pressure is 5 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Speed of the engine is 1000 rpm, and diameter to stroke length is given as 0.8. So here I will write this D by L, or simply you can write this as L is equal to D divided by 0.8. I will take L to this side, and this 0.8 will come to the denominator of this term. D by 0.8 is equal to L is equal to 1.25 times of diameter, 1.25 D. Next, let us move to this indicated power developed by each cylinder. Here it's a 4-stroke 4-cylinder engine. Till now what we have discussed is single cylinder engines. Here it is multi-cylinder engine. It's a 4-cylinder engine. So we will take up what is the power developed by each cylinder. Indicate power developed per cylinder. Here number of cylinders are 4, so therefore it is 15 by 4 equal to 3.75 kilowatt. And then we will make use of that formula, indicated power. IP is equal to PMLAN by 60, and it's a 4-stroke engine, so this lowercase letter n is equal to n by 2 for 4-stroke engine. So I will rewrite that once again, PMLAN by 2 into 60 in the denominator as it is. Substitute the values, simply again IP is equal to PML, and area is pi d square by 4, and rewrite the remaining thing as it is, n in the numerator and this 60 into 2 in the denominator. Then I will substitute the values here. IP is 3.75 kilowatt, it is power developed per cylinder. It is 3.75 kilowatt is in terms of watts, that is 3.75 10 power 3 is equal to mean effective pressure is 5.5 Newton per meter square. Substitute that. L is 1.25 D, you can substitute that. Pi and D square substitute as it is, and speed of the engine is given as 1000 rpm, substitute that, and the denominator 60 into 2 into 4, substitute that as it is. Next we will get this value of D cube, so you will get the D cube as, simplify this, and you will get D cube as 9.167 into 10 power minus 4 meter cube, and I will write what is that D. So D is equal to 0.09714 meter, and if it in terms of millimeter, it will be 97.14 millimeter. Next, what they have asked to calculate is diameter as well as stroke length. L is to be calculated. Once you got this diameter of the cylinder, you can calculate L by making use of this value, this ratio. D by L is equal to 0.8 is given. The ratio of diameter to stroke length is given as 0.8. Then you can substitute for L. L is equal to D divided by 0.8. You have that formula here in you. So substitute the D value here, 97.14 divided by 0.8, and you will get that L as 121.42. It is in terms of millimeter, because the diameter value I have substituted in terms of millimeter. If you substitute this 0.09714 value here, then definitely L value will come in terms of meter. So please be careful which value you are going to substitute here, and you should write the same unit. Based on that, we will write the unit, and this is what the L value, stroke length value, we got it as 121.42 millimeter. So this is the way of calculating diameter and stroke length. We will move to the next problem. In the next problem, a 4-stroke petrol engine of 100 mm bore and 150 mm stroke consumes 1 kg of fuel per hour. The mean effective pressure is 7 bar, and its indicated thermal efficiency is 30%. The calorific value of the fuel is 14 to 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg. Find the crankshaft speed. So here we will read the problem statement once again, go through that. 4-stroke petrol engine is given, and its bore or cylinder dia is 100 mm, stroke length is 150 mm, and it consumes 1 kg of fuel per hour. Mean effective pressure is given as 7 bar. Indicated thermal efficiency is given as 30%. So the calorific value of the fuel is given 14 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg, and crankshaft speed or engine speed, uppercase letter N, is to be calculated. We will write what are the things given first. Mean effective pressure is given as 7 bar, 7 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Stroke length is given 150 millimeter, 0.15 meter. Diameter is 100 millimeter, that is bore or cylinder diameter. It is 100 millimeter, 0.1 meter, and indicated thermal efficiency is given as 30%. Calorific value is 14 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg. Mass of the fuel consumed is 1 kg per hour. So we will convert this into seconds, kg per second. So 1 divided by 3600 kg per seconds. Next, 4-stroke for 4-stroke engine, IP is PMLAN by 60. You all know that it can be again given as this N is equal to uppercase letter N by 2. I have substituted here. So IP is equal to PM is 7 into 10 power 5. Stroke length is 0.15. Area is pi d square by 4. Pi d square is 0.1 square divided by 4, and it's N by 2. I have written here N by 2, and is 60. Yes, this N needs to be calculated. Whereas, but here thing is IP is also not given. Instead of IP, they have given that indicated thermal efficiency. So let us see how we will calculate IP, then how we will calculate this. Again, or simply we will calculate this IP in terms of N, then we will make use of this indicated thermal efficiency and then calculate what is the speed of the crankshaft. So IP will get in terms of N only. It is 6.87 N watts, or even you can give it as 6.87 into 10 power minus 3 N kilowatt. Here N, this N is RPM of the engine. Don't get confused this as Newton. It is RPM of the engine N, because we don't know the value of N. It is to be calculated. So I am substituting this N as it is. IP will get in terms of N, 6.87 N watts, whereas you can express in terms of kilowatt, 6.87 10 power minus 3 N kilowatt. Then I will make use of that formula of indicated thermal efficiency. Indicated thermal efficiency is equal to IP divided by MF into CV into 100. So substitute that ITH N. This is, if you substitute 30, then multiply this by 100. If you substitute or simply if you write 0.3, then don't write 100 here. So that is what NITH is 30%. So if this 100 come to the denominator of 30 divided by 100 is 0.3. I have substituted directly here. So IP is 6.87 N into 10 power minus 6. This is in terms of kilowatt, and mass of the fuel is 1 by 3600. 1 by 3600 substitute as it is, kg per second, and calorific value is 40 into 10 power 3. 40 into 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg. I will tell you why I have taken this IP in terms of kilowatt, because this calorific value you are substituting in terms of kilojoule per kg. Since it is in kilojoule, here I have to substitute this IP in terms of kilowatts. So that's why I have made use of this value, which is in terms of kilowatt, 6.87 N into 10 power minus 3 kilowatts, whereas here calorific value is 40 into 10 power 3 kilojoule per kg. So please be careful in which value they have given calorific value. Based on that value you need to substitute this one, otherwise you can convert if you want, no problem. So then you will get that N value. Simplify this, N value will be 485.2 revolution per minute. So this is the way of calculating this speed of the engine, where they have given mean effective pressure, stroke length, diameter, indicated thermal efficiency and calorific value, as well as mass of the fuel consumed. So in this, write that first IP. We will obtain that IP in terms of speed, it is N, and then this will be substituted in the indicated thermal efficiency formula. Then we will get this N value as 485.2 RPM. So next, let us move to problem number 10. Yes, here they will give some data. The following data refers to a single cylinder 4-stroke petrol engine. So its diameter of that engine cylinder is given as 20 centimeter. Convert that into meter, 0.2 meters. L is stroke length is 40 centimeter. It is 0.4 meter, and speed of the engine is 400 RPM. Mean effective pressure is 7 bar, that is 7 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Mass of the fuel consumed is 4 liters per hour. Specific gravity of that fuel is given, it is 0.8. Calorific value of the fuel is given 45,000 kilojoule per kg, and calculate indicated thermal efficiency. Indicated thermal efficiency of this engine is to be calculated. Given engine is single cylinder 4-stroke petrol engine, and all these are the data regarding that 4-stroke petrol engine. Diameter of the cylinder 0.2 meter, stroke length 0.4 meter, speed of the engine 400 rpm, mean effective pressure 7 to 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, mass of that fuel consumed is 4 liters per hour, specific gravity is 0.8, calorific value is 45,000 kilojoule per kg, and indicated thermal efficiency of that engine is to be calculated. So we will go for this IP of that engine. IP is equal to PMLAN by 60. It's a 4-stroke petrol engine, so this lower case letter n is equal to n by 2. PM L, substituted L as it is, A is pi d square by 4, and this n is equal to n by 2, and 60 in the denominator, write that as it is. Next, we will substitute the value for this IP. Mean effective pressure is 7 to 10 power 5, L is stroke length 0.4 meter, pi, and diameter of that cylinder is 0.2 square, pi d square. So into n is speed of the engine is 400 divided by 60 into 4 into 2, that is which is there in the denominator. Next we will get the IP value as 29,321.5 watts. In terms of kilowatt, it will be 29.32 kilowatt. Check the value of this indicated power once. Substitute all the values, do the calculation, then check what is the value of IP you are going to get and what is the value of IP what I have got here. Compare these two. Next, we will go for that indicated thermal efficiency formula. Indicated thermal efficiency is equal to IP divided by MF into CV into 100 here. Here IP we got it, which is 29.32 kilowatt. I will substitute that because I will tell you again, this calorific value they have given in terms of kilojoules. So this IP has to be substituted in kilowatts only. So 29.32 kilowatts substitute as it is. Mass of the fuel consumed, it is given as 4 liters per hour. I will tell you first how to convert that 4 liters per hour into kg per second. First, mass of the then this calorific value. The calorific value I have substituted here as 45,000 kilojoule per kg. MF value you can see there 4 divided by 3600. This is just to convert that hour to seconds there. Liter per hour is 0. It has to be converted into seconds. 3600. Here then they have given this specific gravity of the fuel here. So just once they give the specific gravity of the fuel, please multiply with this 4 here. It is in terms of liters there, 4 liters per hour. To convert that into kg per second, we have to multiply this by this given specific gravity, as well as we need to divide this by 3600. You will get that as 4 into 0.8 divided by 3600, and then substitute this 100 as it is. Then you will get the indicated thermal efficiency as 73.32%. So do the calculations. So 29.32 and this 3600 will come to the numerator here, into 3600 into 100 divided by this denominator term, that is 45,000 into 4 into 0.8, and indicated thermal efficiency will be 73.32%. Next, let us move to that problem number 11. Here in this problem, on a single cylinder 4-stroke petrol engine, the following readings were taken. Load on the brake drum 40 kg, spring balance reading 5 kg, diameter of the brake drum 120 centimeter, fuel consumption 3 kg per hour, calorific value 42,000 kilojoule per kg, engine speed is given as 500 rpm. Find the brake thermal efficiency. So here brake thermal efficiency is to be calculated. These are the given thing regarding that 4-stroke single cylinder 4-stroke petrol engine. So we will write what are the given things in this case of a 4-stroke petrol engine here. So here they have given related to this load on the brake drum is given as 40 kg, spring balance reading is 5 kg. And we have already come across one problem like this only. So for that you need to be very careful here while writing that net load on the brake drum. It is to be load on the brake drum minus spring balance reading. Write that. Net load on the brake drum is equal to load on the brake drum 40 minus spring balance reading 5. 40 minus 5 is equal to 35 kg. Write that. Radius of the brake drum, it is diameter of the brake drum is given, but here it is diameter of the rope is not given. So directly we will take this thing only, no problem. If the rope is given, then we need to add the radius of those, but here rope parameter is not mentioned. So we will take this diameter of the brake drum, it is 120 centimeter. So radius will be 120 divided by 2 is equal to 60 centimeter. It is 0.6 meters. Then torque on the brake drum, here since this is in terms of kg, we will multiply by 9.81 into W into R divided by 1000. So substitute the values here. Substitute this 1000 is to convert this into kilonewton. 9.81 kg, that is weight on the net load on the brake drum is 35. Radius is 0.6 divided by 1000. You will get torque as 0.206 kilonewton meter. Next, we will write the formula for BP. BP is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. So here I will substitute all the values for BP. BP is equal to 2 pi. Speed of the engine is 500 rpm. They have given here, and torque is 0.206 kilonewton meter divided by 60. So BP you are going to get it as 10.78 kilowatt. So first you just do the calculation, you will get in terms of watts, then divided by 1000 you will get in terms of kilowatts. So here I have not divided by 1000, so you may get some higher value which will be in terms of watts. Then we divide it by 1000, you will get in terms of kilowatt. BP is equal to 10.78 kilowatts. Next, brake thermal efficiency is given by NBTH is equal, eta BTH is equal to BP divided by MF into CV into 100. So substitute all the values here. BP is 10.78 kilowatt, and calorific values it have given 42,000 kilojoule per kg, substitute as it is, and mass of the fuel consumed is 3 kg per hour. It is to be in terms of kg per second. So 3 divided by 3600. Here they have directly given in terms of kg, not in terms of liter like previous problem. So no need not to bother. 3 divided by 3600. This is to convert that hour into seconds into 100. So you will get that brake thermal efficiency as 30.8%. So this is a solution for brake thermal efficiency. Next we will move to the problem number 12. In the problem number 12, look at the problem statement first. A two-stroke diesel engine has a piston diameter of 200 mm and a stroke of 300 mm. It has a mean effective pressure of 2.8 bar and a speed of 400 rpm. The diameter of the brake drum is 1 meter and the effective brake load is 64 kg. Find the indicated power, brake power, the mechanical efficiency of the engine and average piston speed. 4 parameters has to be calculated here. Two-stroke diesel engine is given and piston diameter, that is bore, is given as 200 mm, stroke length as 300 mm. Mean effective pressure is 2.8 bar and speed of the engine is 400 rpm. Diameter of the brake drum is given 1 meter. Effective brake load is given 64 kg. IP is to be calculated, BP is to be calculated, mechanical efficiency is to be calculated, as well as average piston is to be calculated. First write down all the data what they have given. Mean effective pressure is 2.8 bar, 2.8 in 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Speed of the engine is 400 rpm, write it. Diameter of the brake drum is 1 meter and radius will be 1 divided by 2, it is 0.5 meter. Net load on the brake drum they have directly given 64 kg. Effective brake load is given as 64 kg, right there. And then diameter of, that is piston diameter, is given 200 mm, 200 in 10 power minus 3 meter, or simply write as 0.2 meter. Stroke length is 0.3 meter or 300 in 10 power minus 3 meter. Next we will go to indicated power here. We need to calculate indicated power. Write that IP is equal to PMLAN by 60. Here it is of two-stroke engine, so N is equal to N only. So it means this lowercase letter n is equal to uppercase letter n. Number of cycle is equal to speed of the engine. PM 2.8 in 10 power 5, L 0.3, area pi d square by 4, pi d is 0.2 square divided by 4 into uppercase letter n is equal to lowercase letter n, that is 400, and in the denominator is 60 L. You will get that IP as 17,592.9 watts, or in terms of kilowatt it will be 17.6 kilowatts. Next we have to calculate BP. BP is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. So torque first has to be calculated. Load into radius. Here net load is given as 64 kg. That has to be multiplied by 9.81 to convert it into Newton, and radius is 0.5. So torque we are going to get it as 313.92 Newton meter, not a Newton per, it's Newton meter. Next we will substitute all the value in terms of kilo Newton. It is 0.313 kilonewton meter. Substitute this torque value in this formula. BP 2 pi n value 400 and torque value is 0.313 kilonewton meter, and it is 60. You will get that BP as 13.11 kilowatt. You got that IP here, you got that BP here. Next we need to calculate mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency formula is BP divided by IP into 100. It's 13.11 kilowatt is BP and 17.6 kilowatt is IP into 100 is equal to 74.5% is a mechanical efficiency. What the common mistake you people will do in calculating mechanical efficiency is you will write IP by BP. That is a common mistake you will do. You cannot do like that. It should be BP by IP always. So even if you make that mistake, if you write IP by BP, you will get efficiency more than 100%. At least at that point of time, you will realize, and you should realize that it should be less than 100%. Then please change that into BP by IP and substitute the values. You will get the mechanical efficiency less than 100%. One more thing is, you will always get that IP value as higher and BP value as lesser value. You can see that IP value was 17.6 kilowatt, whereas BP value was 13.11 kilowatt. So it is mechanical efficiency. Next we need to calculate average piston speed. It is equal to 2LN, and 2L is stroke length 0.3 and speed of that engine is 400. You multiply all these things, that is you will get 240 meter per minute, and if you convert into meter per second, average piston speed will be it is, you need to divide this 240 by 60, you will get in terms of meter per second, 4 meter per second. This is a way to calculate piston speed here. Next we'll move to problem number 13. Here a gas engine working on a 4-stroke cycle has a cylinder dia of 250 mm, stroke length 450 mm, turning at 180 rpm. Its mechanical efficiency is 80%. When the mean effective pressure is 0.65 MPa, find IP, BP and frictional power. So here it's a gas engine, it's working on 4-stroke cycle only, so we will take it as 4-stroke engine, and cylinder dia of 250 mm, stroke length is 450 mm, and speed of the engine is 180 rpm. Mechanical efficiency is 80% and mean effective pressure is 0.65 megapascals. Here we need to calculate IP, BP and friction power. So we will note down all the data first. Diameter is 250 mm, 0.25 meter. Stroke length 450 mm, 0.45 meter. Speed is 180 rpm. Mechanical efficiency is 80%. Mean effective pressure is 0.65 MPa. First convert that MPa into pascals first. 0.65 megapascal will be given as 10 power 6 pascal. Then you can write this as 6.5 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. So next we will make use of that formula IP. IP is equal to PM LA N by 60. It's working on 4-stroke cycle, so we will take that 4-stroke engine. It will be N is equal to N by 2 for 4-stroke engine. PM LA N by 2 in the denominator 60. Substitute the value of mean effective pressure 6.5 into 10 power 5. L is stroke length 0.45. Area is pi d square by 4. Diameter is 0.25 meters. So 0.25 square divided by 4. Speed of the engine is 180 rpm divided by 2. And you can see there IP are going to get it as 21.54 kilowatt. Means we will get some larger value. Again, that has to be divided by 1000 to express it in terms of kilowatt. So 21.54 kilowatt. Next, once you got that IP, since mechanical efficiency is given, instead of direct here, if you want to go for calculation of BP by using the formula BP is equal to 2 pi nt by 60, to calculate the torque, we don't have any value regarding load and radius. So instead of going for that, we will make use of this value, mechanical efficiency. In this formula, mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency is given as BP by IP into 100. Mechanical efficiency is given as 80. So this BP, we write it has to be calculated. Write that IP is 21.54 kilowatt and it is 100. Then BP will be given as BP will come as 17.23 kilowatt. Is the value of brake power. And frictional power is very easy to calculate. You all know that it's a frictional power is difference between IP and BP. So frictional power is equal to IP minus of BP. It's 21.54 minus 17.23. So frictional power will be 4.31 kilowatt. Yes, this is the way of calculating indicated power, brake power and frictional power. So here, as we said, BP can be calculated by making use of this mechanical efficiency, since we don't have any values like to calculate torque, and then we cannot calculate BP by that. So we will make use of this, we will calculate BP, and based on that we will calculate frictional power. So next, let us move to next problem. So in this problem, here you can take that a single cylinder 4-stroke engine runs at 1000 rpm and has a bore of 115 millimeter and has a stroke of 140 millimeter. The brake load is 6 kg at 600 millimeter radius and mechanical efficiency is 80%. Calculate brake power and mean effective pressure. It's a single cylinder 4-stroke engine. Speed of the engine is given as 1000 rpm. As a bore is 115 millimeter. Stroke length is 140 millimeters. So brake load is given as 6 kg and radius of the brake drum is given as 600 millimeters. Mechanical efficiency is given as 80% once again. BP is to be calculated, mean effective pressure is to be calculated. So we will write down all the data given. Speed is 1000 rpm, diameter of the cylinder or bore is 115 millimeter, 0.115 meter. Stroke length is 140 millimeter, it's 0.14 meter. Weight is, that is load on the brake drum is 6 kg and radius of that is 600 millimeter, it is 0.6 meter. Here they have directly given radius. Sometimes they will give the diameter, but here directly they have given radius. So 600 millimeter, it is 0.6 meter. Mechanical efficiency is 80%. By making use of this, we will calculate brake power, mean effective pressure. So first we will go for BP is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. Torque can be calculated first. Torque is equal to load into radius. Since load is given in terms of kg, it has to be multiplied by 9.81. 6 into 9.81 into radius is 0.6. Torque is equal to 35.4 Newton meter you are going to get. Then we will substitute that 2 pi in speed of the engine is 1000 rpm. Substitute that torque is 35.4 Newton meter divided by 60. And BP you will get it as 3707.56 watt, because we have substituted this torque in terms of Newton meter, so we will get in terms of watts first. Then we will divide this by 1000, we will get it as 3.7 kilowatts. So this is the value of BP. By making use of this BP, we can calculate IP by using mechanical efficiency formula. Mechanical efficiency is equal to BP by IP into 100. Then here mechanical efficiency is 80% they have given, BP is 3.7 kilowatt, IP is to be calculated into 100. So simplify this, you will get IP as 4.63 kilowatt, and then mean effective pressure is to be calculated. So for that I will make use of that formula IP, PMLAN by 60, and for 4-stroke engine again you all know that this N is equal to uppercase letter N by 2. So I will substitute that values here. IP 4.63, it is in terms of kilowatt, so I will substitute in terms of watt. 4.6 in 10 power 3 watts is equal to PM, substituted as it is to be calculated. Stroke length is 0.14 meter, area is pi d square divided by 4, pi, diameter is 0.115 meter, t square divided by 4, and this N is equal to N by 2. Speed of the engine is 1000 and here divided by 2, and this 60 you can write this as it is. This 4 is related to area, pi d square by 4. This 4 is related to that area. So simplify this, you will get that mean effective pressure as 3.82 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square, or you can express this mean effective pressure in terms of bar, that is 3.82 bar. This is value of mean effective pressure. This is how we will calculate mean effective pressure, with by calculating BP first, then calculating IP, then we will calculate mean effective pressure. So next let us move to problem number 14. So the following observations were made during a trial on a 4-stroke diesel engine. So these are the data they have given of that engine. It's a 4-stroke diesel engine. Diameter is 25 centimeter, 0.25 meter. Stroke length is 40 centimeter, 0.4 meter. N is 250 rpm. Speed of the engine. Brake load is 70 kg. Brake drum dia 2 meters. So then it is diameter, so radius will be half of that, that is 2 by 2, it is 1 meter. Mean effective pressure is 6 bar, 6 into 10 power 5 Newton per meter square. Diesel oil consumption, it is 0.1 meter cube per minute. Specific gravity is given 0.78, and calorific value is given 43,900 kilojoule per kg. Find brake power, indicator power, frictional power, mechanical efficiency, brake thermal efficiency, and indicator thermal efficiency. You all need to calculate all the parameters here. So first let us go one by one. We will go for BP first. It is equal to 2 pi nt by 60. First we will calculate this torque again. Torque is equal to load into radius. This 70 is given in terms of kg. It has to be multiplied by 9.81, and radius is 1 meter. So torque will get it as 686.7 Newton meter. Then substitute this in terms of, in this expression, BP 2 pi, and speed of the engine is 250 rpm, it is 250, and into 686.7 Newton meter divided by 60. So it will be, we will get some higher value in terms of watt. Again it has to be divided by 1000. We will get BP as 17.98 in terms of kilowatt. BP is equal to 17.98 kilowatt. Next IP is to be calculated. Formula for IP is PMLAN by 60, and here this N again it's a 4-stroke diesel engine, so this number of cycles N is equal to half of the speed of the engine, uppercase letter N by 2. IP is equal to mean effective pressure is 6 into 10 power 5, and stroke length is 0.4, pi d square is 0.25 square divided by 4 for area, and uppercase letter N is 250, that is speed of the engine. It has to be divided by 2 because it's a 4-stroke engine. 250 divided by 2, and 60 right in the denominator. Then IP you are going to get it as 24.54 kilowatts. If you substitute this, you will get in terms of watts only, then divided by 1000, you will get in terms of kilowatts, 24.54 kilowatts. So once you got this BP and IP, next you can calculate frictional power. So frictional power is equal to IP minus of BP. You all know that it is 24.54 kilowatt IP minus 17.98 kilowatt BP. So frictional power will be 6.56 kilowatts. Then we will calculate mechanical efficiency. Mechanical efficiency formula is brake power divided by indicated power into 100. So brake power is 17.98, indicated power is 24.54 into 100. Mechanical efficiency will be 73.3%. Then we need to calculate brake thermal efficiency. Brake thermal efficiency is equal to BP divided by MF into CV into 100 here. So substitute the value of BP, it is 17.98 and MF is calorific value is 43,900 kilojoule per kg, and mass of the fuel, it is in terms of meter cube per minute. So first convert that meter cube per minute into meter cube per second. It is 0.1. To convert that per minute into per second, it has to be divided by 60. 0.1 divided by 60. So then to convert into kg, they have given specific gravity value of the fuels. Multiply that by specific gravity. So 0.1 into 0.78 divided by 60 into 100. So we will get that brake thermal efficiency as 31.5%. And indicated thermal efficiency, again we will make use of the same thing. This is brake thermal efficiency, and one more thing was in the problem statement to calculate the indicated thermal efficiency. So for indicated thermal efficiency, that will be similar to this, only changes instead of this BP, it is brake power for brake thermal efficiency. For indicated thermal efficiency, we will make use of IP here. I will substitute that 24.54 here, whereas these terms are same. These terms will remain same, whereas this value will get changed, because for indicated thermal efficiency we need to write that indicated power here, it is 24.54. Substitute that and calculate what is the value of indicated thermal efficiency and write that value of indicated thermal efficiency.